Hey everyone, today I'll be joining Heidi Sombal and some other creators where we are going to be doing some spring DIYs. I will leave our playlist in the description box below. If you have not checked out Heidi's channel, make sure you do. She's awesome and you will love all of her DIYs.
Hi, welcome to my channel, According to Kat. If you're new here, please introduce yourself in the comments below. If you're returning, just say hi. I love talking to all of you. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. Thumbs up lets me know you like this type of video. And let's see, what are we going to be making today?
Okay, so today we're going to be doing these 3 Easter/spring DIYs. I absolutely love how they turned out. I used mostly thrifted products and products I've had in my house, a couple from the Dollar Tree, and I cannot wait to share and show you how I did all 3 of these. If you'd like to learn how to make them, stay tuned.
If you'd like to know what supplies I've used, please check out the description box below. And with all that being said, let's get right into the video.
So DIY number 1, bunny cutting board. So recently I went to the thrift store back in January and I showed you that haul where I got this adorable cutting board that has bunny ears. I got it for $4 and I figure if you'd like to make something like this, you could use one of the cutting boards from the Dollar Tree and make ears out of wood or something like that, maybe the bigger, thicker popsicle sticks, and then paint them white. Then I used this bell from the Dollar Tree from back at Christmas time and some of their super glue gel from the Dollar Tree as well. And I realized that little hanger part was up too high and it wasn't sitting flat against my cutting board, so I just pounded that in. So I just put a nice little layer of some glue going right around, and then I'll use my hot glue and to make sure it holds instantly while the super glue will hold permanently. So I'm just kind of pushing that in place, and already I love it. So cute. This is like the cutest little project. And it's so anyone could do this because that cutting board, you can make something very similar at home. So I am using some Vaseline around the tip. That way I can reuse this super glue and it doesn't glue shut and then I can never use it again. And that's a good little tip for you guys. All right, so I am taking the Waverly Wax and Antique Wax and I am brushing it on. I shouldn't have brushed it on, but I don't know. That's what I had, so that's what I did. All right, so I would have next time used the rag to like kind of wipe it in. And I also wouldn't have put the bell on first, but I didn't think I was going to darken it until I put the words up to it and I realized it was too light of a wood. So then I decided to go back and antique it. So that's why I had to kind of go around the bell tail. So now I'm just wiping off any excess and I'm getting my letters ready. These are the letters from the Dollar Tree and they say Happy Easter. So I am using that same gel, super glue gel, and some hot glue, and I will put on my first word of happy. Now I put it down a little bit further because I knew I wanted to put a bow and some greenery at the top, so that's why I placed it where I did. So I'm using the same super glue and some hot glue. And you have a little forgiving time with the super glue, but the hot glue, you have to go quick because of that being metal. It dries really fast because it being like a colder consistency. Does that even make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. All right, here we go. So now I put those on. Now I'm getting my ticking ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. And you know I love this stuff, but recently I saw people haul ticking ribbon from the Dollar Tree. What? Ugh, I went, they didn't have any, but I do love ticking ribbon. So if you can find it at the Dollar Tree, yay. I couldn't find it, but I will go back and look. Now I'm using my lamb's ear from this one's from Walmart, and I absolutely love their lamb's ear there. I just love the way it looks and how pliable it is and just how fuzzy it is. It's just perfect. So I'm going to use some hot glue and just put those stems in where I want them. And could not find my little spatula. I don't know. I lost 2 spatulas in my area, my crafting area. 2 spatulas, like 2. How do I lose 2? Maybe losing 1, but losing 2? I don't know. Anyway, so I am just fixing my bow to where I like it. And I didn't even have to put anything on the back of this to hold it up because that bell acts as a stand in the front. I love this. DIY number 2, planter box with the wooden lid. I also got this from the thrift store in that same haul, and I spent, did it say $3? Yeah, I think it said $3. And I think this is so cute as well. I'm going to take off that wooden flat lid. We'll call it a flap lid. I'm just taking those screws out so that I can paint the metal part. And yeah, that yellow is just very yellow. It's like, I don't know. Like, I like some yellows, but no. Like lemon yellows, but not that. I don't know. It just looks dirty. Was that wrong to say? I don't know. All right, so now I'm taking my Waverly Chalk Paint in white after I cleaned it very well, and I'm giving it one good coat, and I did have to give this whole entire thing 2 coats. So I am doing the inside as well, only to the parts where you will see it, and there you go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my sandpaper to get some of that I don't know, like that shiny coating from the outside. And even though I sanded it, it was really not enough, but I am using my Waverly Antique Wax as well. And you can kind of see how it's just sitting on top of that. I made it work for myself because, yeah, I just made it work. So at this point, I go the opposite way because the wood grain changed on one side. Like the one way it was going horizontal and the other side it was going vertical. So I kind of just always brush with the wood grain. So that's why I was brushing that way. I'm going all around and I will put on 1 coat and I will let it dry and I will go back with a 2nd coat. And you can see I'm putting a pretty thick layer on so that it will cover that orange type of wood, which I really don't like. Okay, so I am now putting this back on since the 2 coats of the Waverly Wax Antique dried, and all I'm doing is just screwing those little screws in, and I do both sides and it's good to go. Okay, so now I'll put the screw on the other side. I make them tight enough so that I can actually lift the lid a little bit and it could stay up. And yeah, so that works when I put my flowers in. Oh, and then I take this very thin ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and it's like a black and white gingham. And I love gingham, especially when it comes to spring and summer months. So I made a little knot and I cut the edges and fired them because then it adds that little crust on the edge and it will not unravel. Now I put that there just to show you what it looks like, but I do take it off because I come up with a better idea. These are the leaves from the globe flowers that they had at Dollar Tree in the fall, and I kept the leaves because I only used the globe flowers. And this $2.99 floral was half off, and this was a little while ago. I got that at Hobby Lobby. So I'm using those green leaves with that, it's almost like a hydrangea, blue, purpley. Oh, I love that. It was so good. All right, so now this is when I think, okay, I'm going to put this around. I originally was going to write something on the box, the actual, like the white part at the bottom. And then I changed my mind and I decided to use that same ribbon and just tie it around to the front and made a nice little knot. And I just love how that gingham looks with that hydrangeas. I don't know. And the whole thing looks so cute with the wooden top and the white, the very like stark white. I'm doing the same thing. I'm cutting them on a diagonal and I will be, firing up the ends so that it, doesn't unravel. And there it is. Tell me, how cute is this? I absolutely love how this turned out. And this is when I take off that little knot at the top and I like it so much better. DIY number 3, burlap carrots. Okay, so I take some regular butcher paper from the Dollar Tree and I am just rolling it up into a carrot shape, which, yeah, it's not that hard. Just roll it up and just make the one end fat and the one end skinny. All right, after I do that, I take some burlap that I've had forever and I will take that piece of crushed up paper and put it right in that burlap. I'm going to make 2 of these, so I will use that sheet for 2 of them. So I'm just cutting this in half at a diagonal. And there we go. So I'm just going to roll that in, and I will tuck it under so it stays. And I will show you in the second one because I lost some footage here. I think I forgot to actually turn it on when I was putting on the greenery, so I will show you in the second one. So I did the same thing. I actually made this one a little smaller on purpose because I wanted a bigger carrot and a smaller carrot. And I'm just kind of shaping it before I put it in the burlap. And you will see how I kind of just take up that bottom edge, pull it up, and that will make it nice and tight at the bottom. And then I will just kind of move it over and kind of tuck it and roll. Don't worry about the top right now because you can always cut that at the end when you get to it. All right, so I'm just rolling it, and yeah, so I'll just hot glue that in place. Super easy, no sew. Just watch your fingers because, you know, burlap has the holes. All right, so hot gluing that in place and just pushing that down without my spatula that I can't find. Yeah. All right, so there we go. And now I am going to just add a little more hot glue, and then I will take my scissors and cut off all of that excess. Right now I'm gathering it because I know I'm gonna, I'm trying to see where I would put my tie. So I cut off all that excess burlap, and I will go back later to cut a little more off, but I just cut off enough now to be able to put my greens in and see how I like it. Don't cut off too much in the beginning because you still need some to hold the greens in place. All right, so the next thing I did was I took these greens that were left over from Dollar Tree flowers. I always try to keep the greens as well. There were 2 sets of them, so I just brought them together, put them inside, and I'm taking my Dollar Tree twine. I'm wrapping it around the top of the carrot and knotting that in place. And what I did was I put little knots at the end of the twine and then cut off the excess. And I was going to leave it just like that once I put those little knots at the end of the twine. But then when I was putting my vignette together, I actually went back downstairs and I added another touch because I felt like it wasn't as cohesive as I wanted. So I actually went back down and I added these little knots of the same ribbon that I used in the planter box, and there you go. Burning the edges just like I do on all the other ones, and I will just hot glue that in place with a dab of hot glue. And the knot is tiny, but I just wanted something to bring it all together, and I thought that was the perfect touch to bring the whole vignette together. And I love how these turned out. So cute. Okay, here it is, the final reveal of all 3 of my spring/Easter DIYs. I love how all 3 of these turned out. I am loving that Happy Easter cutting board, the bunny cutting board, and I think it looks so cute with the little burlap carrots along with this planter that I thrifted from my local thrift store. And I think all 3 of them together look so pretty as a little spring vignette. And yeah, I absolutely love how these turned out. I love the colors of them, and I love it. Okay, so if I had to pick my favorite, I'm going to go with the Happy Easter Bunny cutting board. I think it is so cute, and I felt very lucky to have found that durable cutting board, but at the same time you can make it just using Dollar Tree products. Like I said before, the cutting board from the Dollar Tree, maybe with the thick popsicle sticks as ears. Yeah, so cute. If you have not checked out Heidi's channel, make sure you do, and check out the description box to see the playlist of all the creators taking part in this challenge.
So that's it. That's the end of my video. I hope you liked everything you saw here today, and I hope it inspires you to make something of your own. And if you have liked this video, thumbs up, please subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye. Hi, welcome to my channel, According to Kat. If you're new here, please say hello in the comments below. If you're returning, also say hi. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so. I said that already. Oh, goodness gracious. Thumbs up, it tells me you like this type of video. I already said that again. What is wrong with me? Let's try it. Come on, let's go.